Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? Welcome to Tokyo. Today, we'd like to introduce to you the town of
Koenji, vintage clothing hotspot on the world's radar. It's very close to Shinjuku Station. So Koenji is easy to get to and has long been an area popular with aspiring young artists. Both actors and musicians are drawn to Koenji. And it's home to many instrument shops and concert venues. Koenji also has many shops selling unique fashions. Today we'll be guided around Koenji by...
My name's Samuel Thomas. I'm a fashion journalist based in Tokyo. I'm here today to show you around my favorite part of the city.
Originally from England, Samuel has lived in Japan for 5 years and writes about Tokyo fashion.
Yeah, the really interesting thing about Koenji's vintage is just the amount of variety. You know, you've got small places like this who, you know, you can just buy in whatever trend item you're looking for. You know, if you're looking for an MA1 or a polo shirt.
You can find more than 100 vintage clothing shops in Koenji. A lot of people from overseas come to Koenji looking for vintage fashions as well.
Where are you from?
Sydney, Australia.
We came here looking for vintage clothes.
Is this?
Yeah, vintage clothes, a lot of vintage denim, vintage shirts.
I'm from Chile, actually.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
I missed that. Sorry.
And I think vintage in Tokyo is really unique.
Samuel knows Koenji very well, and one shop he wants to go to is this one, called Mad Tea Party.
It's this mix of different clothes from different countries, from different time periods even, and they all come together into one new place. It's a perfect example for what I'm talking about, of what makes Koenji special.
Koenji isn't just filled with a collection of vintage clothing shops. What makes Koenji shops special is their wide selection of incredible and surprising fashions.
Extra, let's have a look at a particularly special item of clothing.
This is a robe from the United States. It's about 100 years old. Here is a Korean jacket from the 1980s. These were made for U.S. servicemen stationed in South Korea. The silk hat is from the 1800s. But by far, the most interesting item Samuel finds is...
That's tightened, so your arms are fixed to your back. It's a really interesting item.
a straitjacket used by the U.S. military in the 1940s. Let's see Samuel try to put it on.
Now, I'm not sure I could go out wearing this, but it's an incredible item. Now, I'm pretty sure that Tokyo is the only place on the planet where not only could you sell one of these, but you could find it.
Walking around Koenji, vintage clothing shops jump out one after another. You'll find residential streets lined with them. And there are even vintage clothing shops next to the temple. All kinds of shops can be found here in Koenji.
I like to just keep a record via photos of the outside. So every shop is like an art gallery almost, just looking from the outside. You know, it's pretty inspiring stuff.
The next vintage clothing shop Samuel visits has a highly original take on fashion.
Now, our last destination, I guarantee you'd never find it on your own. It's just in this building here.
After climbing the narrow stairwell to the 4th floor,
now, as you can see, this is just an explosion of Japanese popular culture. Now, Even Japanese people are going to be surprised coming in here.
Itazura, which means mischief, is packed with a wide variety of fashions. The clothing may look cheap at first, but...
Could you tell me what the concept for this shop is?
Catchphrase is make the chaos.
Oh, very interesting. Is that all of these clothes are quite old, and yeah, the fashion's out of date, but through these young people reclaiming this discarded fashion, there's this almost empowering sense of going through the other side of out of fashion.
Each item alone may not seem so fashionable, but given a distinctive Koenji makeover, the ensemble transforms into a unique look that you'll only find here in Koenji. Samuel tries on something recommended by the shopkeeper. A Chinese-inspired pop remake of a hooded sweatshirt.
Now, I'm not 100% sure this fits me, but it goes to show that really anyone can wear this. Now, where else in the world could you find a selection of shops like we've seen today? So come to Koenji and experience all that Tokyo vintage culture has to offer. You won't be disappointed.
Once you've got the extra information, you can find Extra Tokyo.